Hey y'all, it's Thursday night, and now that my Scandal review is uploading, I'm gonna go ahead and do a Mary Mary review. I think this was episode 4. Yeah, I think season 3, episode 4. Now, to be honest, this episode, to me, it didn't have a whole lot going on. So I'm gonna talk about the episode, then I'm gonna talk about something that relates to the episode. Um, Now, so I'm just going to talk about the key things in the episode because, like I said, it didn't really have a whole lot going. One of the things that was just so sweet to me was when Erica and Tina, Mary, of course, when they went and did the Make-A-Wish. And I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. I can't remember the little girl's name. That had the disease, but it was just. I mean, it was so touching to see. You could tell, like she has like a muscle type disease where she can't, like control her muscles and stuff. And her parents, they wanted, their wish was that to meet Mary because whenever they play Mary's music for her, it calms her down. And they have like a private little concert and they sing, and you can tell like it's clear that she calms down, like she's moving a lot. But once they start singing and they're getting a few bars into the song, she stops and she just calms down. And not this, y'all, it just really touched me. Because me and my husband talk about it all the time, because when I was in college and undergrad, I had to write a paper. I think it was undergrad. I had to write a paper about just mental illness I had to go back like into the 1920s, 30s, and I was telling my husband that it's so refreshing and such a blessing to see nowadays. Like even on like Facebook, they have kids with Down syndrome Facebook pages where parents are proudly posting pictures and things like that. Like for me, I just feel like it's so refreshing. It's such, it's a blessing to see people embracing, their family, regardless of whatever disabilities that the person may have. Because I know it's some people might say, well, why is she saying that? Because like if you actually go back and research it, years ago, a lot of people put family members in homes just for being mentally challenged. So for me, like, and I hate that. I don't, I feel like family's family, and regardless if somebody has a disability, that's still, especially when it comes to like your child or something like that. You should, love your child regardless. I have a cousin whose son is disabled. He was born. They thought he wasn't even going to live. He was born with a lot of fluid on his brain, and his chances of actually living were very, very low. And pretty much like his whole life, he's never gonna have a full life, because I think it's called a water baby. But she don't let that, she says that's her child and she gonna love her child regardless, which I feel like everybody should have. And unfortunately, if you go back and look at the history, unfortunately, that has not always been the case. Now, yeah, we see Warren and Mitch, which, like I said in my last video, I'm not here for Mitch yelling at anybody, period. I'm just not. I know my husband would not stand for a man to yell at me. So I'm personally not here for Mitch yelling and things at people. So in that aspect, I completely understand where Warren is coming from. When he's telling him, how many kids you got? Oh, you got 3 kids. Well, you yelled at my wife like she was one of your kids. Oh, as usual, this is what's on my nails. I did change it from my last video. Now, but I still go back to my last video because a part of me still feels somewhat like Warren's motives are somewhat biased in regards to Erica Campbell versus Mary. I just do. I feel like his views are somewhat biased. Now, then, you know, another thing that I thought that stood out with me that I felt like was really cute was Krista, which is Erica and Warren's little daughter that's 8. She went to Atlanta and she sung on stage. I thought that was real cute. Now, the last thing that I'll talk about, which is, you know, going to lead to what I want to talk about, because to me, that's really, other than the next thing, that's really all that happened in the episode. But you see Teddy is talking to the girl's mother, and Erica, Tina, you know, all the girls, their mom, and he's like, well, what do I do? And she's like, you just keep on loving her. And we see him, he goes to Atlanta, he surprises Tina, he goes to Atlanta, and you know, so he's there. She's like, I'm happy you came because I really wanted to stay home, but I understand I have, you know, commitments and these dates we've already booked, and I'm not gonna, you know, just not go to them. Now, like I said, that's my review of the actual episode. On the next episode, we do see that he had multiple affairs. That's something that I saw, which, thank you, tonight they actually ended on time. They ended at 8:59. So I was actually, because like I said in my last video, they always run over a minute not to catch scandal from the moment it come on. But so in the next episode, they're gonna be like in the Bahamas or somewhere in the Caribbean, and he's going to be talking to Warren, and he's going to tell him that it was multiple affairs. So I guess we'll see what happens. But my thing is, what I want to talk about just for these next, you know, few minutes that I got, when do you leave? To me, honestly, I am somebody that is, marriage is one of the most sacred things to me. Now, so I can't never, I mean, I look at it like, a lot of times people to me, people get divorced for dumb reasons sometimes. Because if you go back and look back in the day, you have where it was like people didn't get divorced. I feel like nowadays it's so available that people just turn to divorce. Oh, you get in one argument and boom, I'm divorced. Or we done had a rough couple of months, boom, I want a divorce. So for me personally, I am not one that is here for divorce, except if somebody is abusive to you, a danger to your life, a danger to your children's lives, then understandably, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. So no, I'm not saying that there is, you know, a divorce should be illegal or anything. No, but I just want to say, like, when do you leave? Because Tina has made it clear that she decided that she was gonna stay and be with her husband. Now we see in this episode that she's, you know, doing different things to get the baby weight off and get her body right, which, like I said some videos ago, I feel like all the sisters are beautiful. All of them have you know, all of them are curvy, but you know, she's working out. That's what she's doing while he comes in and surprises her. But at what point is it too much? I mean, because it's one, you cheat on me once, I stay, or because he's saying it was multiple affairs. Multiple means more than 2. So, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to stay. Like, I feel like I can forgive you. Like I said in another video, I can forgive you for a mistake. But I can forgive you for a mistake, but I don't know if I will be able to forgive you if you tell me well, yeah, I made a mistake, but this is the number of people that I made a mistake with, if that makes sense. Like, okay, I made a mistake, and I slept with one person one time. Okay, I can see me forgiving you. But if you come to me and you tell me I made a mistake, I slept with 5 people, but I only slept with each one of them one time. I don't know. I mean, it's her, I'm not saying she's wrong or nothing like that. I'm not, and y'all have to, I apologize for moving around so much. I worked out like really hard today. So it's hurting sitting in this chair, even though it's really cushioned. But no, I'm not, and I'm not saying she's stupid or anything like that, because, that's her husband, that's the father of her children. She is a religious woman. It does say to death do us part. So by no means am I saying, I'm not judging her. But I'm just putting it out there, like, and if you want to answer, feel free to comment. I'm just putting it out there, like, at what point should you let go? I know for myself, my husband and I, we're so close, that I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there would be anything that he could ever do that would just make me say, okay, well, I'm done. Because I know he would never put his hands on me. I know he would never cheat on me. That these things that I know in my heart. So I don't know if there's anything now, but that's not every case. Now, I have a friend who, her husband, he cheated on her, and he got somebody pregnant while they were together. So do you stay? Do you leave? I know people who have been in relationships. Matter of fact, I know someone who, before they got married, they were together for some years. They were together like 4 or 5 years, and he cheated. He was cheating, and he cheated, and he got someone pregnant, and she accepted the child. She accepted the child. They eventually got married. They're expecting their first child together. But the child that he cheated on her with was his actual first child. Of course she was hurt, and but she stayed and she accepted the child, and she treats, they actually have the child quite a bit. Like, the child practically lives with them part-time. So I know people who have been in similar situations, but I guess it just, makes me contemplate a little bit, because, this is on TV, and it brings up the discussion. So again, this is just my little, like I said, the actual episode, it wasn't a whole lot, but it did, it poses a serious, question as to when do you stay, when do you leave, how, at what point can you forgive somebody, or at what point is forgiveness just too far gone? The situation is just too far to where you can forgive that person, or is there a situation that's just too far to where you just say, I can't forgive you? Like I said, I don't know. But that's just something to think about. Like I said, if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. I don't link my videos to my Facebook, to Twitter, my Instagram. I just don't, because of the fact that being a military family, they do kind of stress, privacy and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily, I don't try to go above and beyond to get subscribers. But if you like my videos, because I do get some views, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, or send me something in my inbox. Just feel free. But again, that was my review of Mary Mary's season 3 episode 4, I think. If I'm wrong, it'll be right in the title. All right, thank y'all for watching.